What's a good day to be alive? Thank God it's Tuesday. I know people usually say thank God it's Friday, but thank God it's Tuesday. We are so delighted to be here on your screen talking to you about things that affect the African continent, talking about science, technology, education, innovation. Trust me, if it is innovation, Idea TV will bring it to the spotlight. My name is Chinatu Oji, and I'm not alone. I have Miracle Obi here.
Good morning, America. It's always a pleasure being on the show and communicating with you. Thank you for always being with us, our amazing viewers.
Exactly. You heard Mimi. Thank you for always being with us. And I'd like you to keep the conversation going by staying connected to all our social media platforms at Idea Television Limited. We are on all the social media platforms, so communication is not well to reach out to us. And if you like to be a guest on any of our programs, do well to hit us up at ideatelevisionlimited@gmail.com. For now, let's go on a short break. When we return, it'll be time for us to bring up to speed with the latest happenings. Stay with us.
All right, welcome back. Thank you for staying through with us. And as we said, it's always an exciting moment being here and giving you the latest. So we'll just go straight into the news review for today.
Great, starting on a very good note. Tyla wins Best Afrobeats at 2025 MTV VMAs. South African superstar Tyla has clinched the Best Afrobeats award at the 2025 MTV Video Music Awards with her chart-topping single, Push to Start. The announcement made yesterday morning marks another milestone in Tyla's rapidly rising career and reinforces the growing global impact of African music. The singer took to social media to celebrate the win, thanking her fans worldwide. Her victory shined as a spotlight on the increasing dominance of Afrobeat in international music and underscores the genre's expanding reach beyond the continent. This year's VMAs also highlighted the prominence of African talent with Nigerian stars like Ashake, Burna Boy, Rema, Thames, and Irosta, all securing nominations in various categories. The recognition further cements Africa's position as a driving force in shaping global pop culture. So I think a win for one African country is a win for all African countries.
This is really exciting.
Yes, because Tyla is that girl. She just came out from nowhere and she's either topping charts or clinching big awards, and she just won another award to herself. I mean, I know a lot of people, you may have had your favor and you thought, oh, they'll win. You had your bet on them. And then, unfortunately, but let's just see, a win for one is a win for all. What's most exciting for me is that Africa is on the global map through music, through entertainment. So that should count for something.
Exactly. As you said, a win for one is a win for all. So I'm not so much into the music, but then this is something to really celebrate, and knowing that she has always bagged awards, and this is another award she's bagging. So we are also excited about that because it has to do with Africa. So we have bagged another award. So congratulations to us. All right. So moving on to the next story. SpaceX strikes $17 billion deal for EchoStar Spectrum license. Elon Musk, SpaceX has agreed to acquire a spectrum license from EchoStar in a deal valued at about $17 billion, a move aimed at strengthening its Starlink satellite network. The agreement covers EchoStar's AWS-4 and H-Block spectrum licenses and includes up to $8.5 billion in cash and up to $8.5 billion in SpaceX stock. As part of the deal, SpaceX would also make around $2 billion in cash interest payments on EchoStar's debt through November 2027. Both companies would enter into a long-term commercial partnership allowing EchoStar's Boost mobile subscribers to access SpaceX's upcoming Starlink direct-to-cell service. News of the deal sent EchoStar's shares surging more than 23% before market opens Monday. The move comes just weeks after AT&T announced a $23 billion agreement to acquire additional wireless spectrum from EchoStar, significantly expanding its low and mid-band coverage. EchoStar says it expects the two transactions with SpaceX and AT&T to address ongoing inquiries from the Federal Communication Commission regarding the rollout of 5G technology in the United States. Proceeding from the sales will go into parts towards debt reduction, and company added, stressing that operation of Dish TV, Sling, and Hogs would remain unaffected. This is quite an interesting story.
Totally agree.
And it's talking about, we just keep talking about innovation, how people are making breakthroughs in all of this. And it's really encouraging, especially down to Nigeria, that we should also do something like this. We know of the 5G and the striking of 5G and the whole collaboration between SpaceX and Spectrum is something that is really, really amazing. What do you think?
I think so too. I mean, the SpaceX is an American aeroscope founded by Elon Musk in 2002 rather. And I think what they've been able to do since coming into existence is just make the space easy for everyone, lower cost of access for every other person. And one of the rollouts has been Starlink, and you can just see how connectivity is easier now. So I think with collaborations and acquisitions like this from Elon Musk, I mean, we are scared of capitalism, but yes. But yes, I think
it doesn't dash back on us.
That's true. That's very true. But what can we really do? Because you need this service. We need the 5G. We need the high internet connectivity to do all the things that we need to do. So, well.
But you're ready to pay the price, like, because there's a probability that it's going to dash back on us.
Will it? In terms of data or in terms of
resources.
Resources.
Yes.
Well. If you like the good life, you spend for it.
Amazing.
I mean, those who use Starlink can attest to the fact that, it's doing an amazing job. It's helpful.
Yeah, yes, it is.
It's helpful. So I think that's what should count. Quality over quantity. For some people, I'm sure they won't bother about how expensive something is if it is delivering the quality.
Yes.
So,
as long as they get what they want.
Yeah, so the spectrum already is good. I mean, I think it's like... just how we have the local networks here. I don't want to mention names, that's free ad.
Exactly.
Just like we have the local networks here. That's what the spectrum is doing. So having this proper collaboration just tells you that innovation is happening, and as well as capitalism. But that's fine. On to the last story now. France faces fresh political turmoil as Prime Minister Bayrou loses confidence vote. France has entered yet another political crisis after Prime Minister Francois Bayrou lost a confidence vote in the National Assembly yesterday. Lawmakers rejected Bayrou's government by 364 votes to 194, forcing him to tender his resignation to President Emmanuel Macron. The president's office confirmed the resignation will be formalized in the coming days. The defeat paves the way for France's fifth prime minister in under 2 years, a record that highlights growing instability and public delusionment during Macron's second term. Bayrou's downfall followed his gamble on an emergency confidence debate focused on France's soaring debt, which stands at 3.4 trillion euros. Throughout the summer, he repeatedly warned that failing to confront the issue posed an existential threat to the nation. However, with no paramilitary majority, Beirut saw both the left and the far right unite against him, sealing his fate. Attention now turns to President Macron's next move. While some speculate he might reach out to the left, the Socialist Party has already dismissed any alliance without a clear break from Macron's pro-business agenda that leaves figures with the camp as the likeliest contenders. Defense Minister Sébastien Lecornu, Labour Minister Catherine Vautrin and Finance Minister Eric Lombard are reportedly under consideration for the role. Interesting twist, interesting turn of the event. I mean, when I see Emmanuel Macron's story pop up, the first thing that comes around is, especially, I mean, I'm looking at some of the controversies that come with his wife and him. You know, some of their public appearances are usually characterized by some things. But now I think attention has moved from him away from the president to the prime minister. And that just tells me something. I like when people are working. Imagine that you have about 364, let me confirm that, 364 votes cast against you. Vote of no confidence. That means you're not fit to lead us as a prime minister. You're not fit to occupy this position. Vacate. And then it just hits in my head. Can this happen in Africa? Can it happen in Nigeria? Can it happen back home? That people would, you know, be able to actually impeach a sitting person, a sitting leader. You know, is it because the whole world is watching what Macron is going to do, but it's very obvious that he can't save the day in this situation. He cannot come in and tell the prime minister, oh, you can stay. It's not possible. It's a vote of no confidence. That means you have to vacate. So there's really nothing he can do. But that just tells us about the power of the people. When people unite to do something, they come together. There's that strong will that manifests in the decisions that, you know, follow through. And we are seeing this. They're talking about how there are certain things that they've raised concerns over. For instance, the debt toll in France, which has not been able to be fixed by the prime minister. They asked him questions. Obviously, there was a debate, and they expected him to come up with practical answers. How can you fix this problem? And he wasn't able to do that. And what have the people done? They've decided to cast a vote of no confidence on him. But in the coming days, it will be made official. So let's just see how things pan out. But trust me, it's going to be very interesting. I must say, dramatic.
Well, my fingers are crossed, and I'm trying to keep
fingers crossed.
Within to know what the end story would be, if he would or he would want to act like the boss.
Is it possible?
Well,
I mean, France is not like other countries.
Yes.
When they stand up against you, they stand really.
But this is something I feel other countries, especially Nigeria, should adopt. Like, have that power of unity, of unitedness, and you make a decision, and you know that, okay, this particular leader isn't good for us, not because of politics, but because of what the person is offering. And you can see it, everyone can see it. It's very visible, even to the blind. And there is that togetherness, there's that unity to say, we want something else, we want this, and it will be granted. Imagine something like this happens in Nigeria, and we cast a vote and trying to impeach probably a leader. Do you think that leader would step down, like in Nigeria? Do you think that leader? So it's something that I think we should.
I mean, this is very public. If it's very public, chances of the leader stepping down is very high. This is so publicized. The whole world will be watching the president. So let's see, he has an assembly member, you know, got a vote of no confidence, like 364 against 194. That's a whole lot saying, oh, we do not want to. And then the governor now says, I have the veto power to keep you. The kind of disarray that will, you know, emanate from that state will not be contained.
That's true.
Will not be contained.
But then, as I said, fingers crossed to see what the end results will be.
All right. With that now, let us quickly run you through the recap of the headlines. First story you heard was that Tyla wins Best Afrobeats at 2025 MTV VMAs.
And SpaceX strikes $17 billion deal for EchoStar Spectrum license.
And finally heard that France faces fresh political turmoil as Prime Minister Bayrou loses confidence votes. And with that, let's go on a short break. When we return, it'll be time for us to have or continue the conversation we started yesterday. Something from the Consumer Reports about lead in cassava products. You don't want to miss this. Don't go anywhere. Tell your friend to tell their friend to tell their other friends that the discussion segment on Idea TV is live.